the problem with the creators is that they don't know how to monetize their audience properly. Okay. They know how to create content perfectly. They know the thing that they are talking about in their videos. Okay. The information which they are giving to their audience, like dropshipping, e-commerce, they know about that very well. Okay. And they also know how to create YouTube channels, but the thing they don't know is how to monetize their audience properly. Okay. So that is the thing. That is why creators with 10,000 audience or 5,000 audience think that it is very hard to monetize my audience and reach to 10K per month just now. I need more and more subscribers, but that is not the case. You don't need more and more followers or subscribers. You just need 100 interested people. Okay. If you have 100 interested people and you nurture them more and more with your content, that is enough. Okay. You nurture them more and more, then you can take them in a paid community, or what you can do is launch your high ticket offer. Okay, make a big video, like a course type big video, so that they can watch like 6 to 7 hours video or 3 hours of course, and let them watch the full video. And at last, you can give the CTA that I am launching this course on this date, and out of 500, 450 seats are already booked, 50 seats are left. If you want, you can fill the form in the description so that you can enroll in the waitlist of the course. Okay, so you can do something like this. And launch the course on 1K or 2K dollars of price, and that will give you more sales than what you're getting currently from YouTube. So you know what people think about YouTube is you have to make more and more content, go viral, and when you will go viral, you will get paid by YouTube. But think like this: YouTube is a platform where most of the people intentionally search something they need, they want some information, and then consume that information. Okay. So you should use this. The perfect ICP is ideal customer profile. The perfect ideal customer profile that you are looking for. For example, you have an ICP like it is a 25 to 30-year-old male who want to grow their Instagram account from 10K to 40K. It is a very micro niche. If you want to target that niche, make a particular course on that. If you are of 25 to 30 years of age and you want to grow your Instagram account, watch this course of 3 hours or 4 hours course. Why I am saying this long course? Because when they will watch 3 hours or 4 hours of your content continuously, they will get nurtured by your content. Okay. And they will start trusting you more. They will watch more of your reels. They will watch more of your YouTube content. And they will start getting more and more nurtured, and eventually they will start trusting you. Okay. And then either in the end of the course or in the bio, put the link in both the places. Put the link in end of the course and in bio too. Okay. So they reach to their bio, they reach to your bio and see that, okay, there is a course, something going on, and the waitlist is on. And okay, this much people have registered. Okay, I will register also. What is the problem for registering a waitlist? And why I am forcing more and more on waitlist? Because people tend to convert more, or people tend to click more to register themselves for the waitlist than to actually buy the course. If you will say that click this link to buy the course, they will not. Okay. But if you tell them, okay, join this waitlist of the course that will be launching on 25th of January of 2026. Okay. So do something like this. So people will start converting more and more. I have seen one case study where a company has changed they were selling some products, and instead of saying, okay, click this link to buy the product, they changed to click the waitlist to buy this product, and the conversions increased 2x or 3x. Okay. So that is very important. Instead of saying buy this course or fill this form, say join the waitlist, and take their email, their phone number, then nurture them more on email and phone number. Okay. So yeah, now let me tell you about the limiting belief. Sales, I am seeing this, like I have made this so that I should not miss any point when I'm telling you. So I have written some points that I have to tell you. Okay. So limiting belief, sales means selling your services to someone to earn money. Yeah. This is one of the limiting beliefs I have seen in creators, that they think if I sell a course, okay, I will only sell a course, or someone only sells a course when they want to make money from their audience, when they want to take advantage of their audience. Okay, but that is not true. You should understand this, that change your mindset, change your mentality, that this is not the case. Okay, like you sell something, don't think of it as a selling, think of it as a providing value. Like you are providing value to your audience, okay, to help them more, to make them more money, to make them grow in their lives. Okay, so think like this, like you are providing some a value to help them, and you are charging some money for that value. And always remember this, when you are making a course, think from the customer psychology. When customer buy your course, he or she will subconsciously feel like, do I am getting more value from the course than the actual value of the course? Like, if, like, am I getting $10,000 worth of value from the course if I am buying this course whose worth is $1,000? Okay, so this is the value equation. Like, they should be getting more value from your course than the actual amount of money they are paying to you. Only then and only then the conversions of your course or your product will increase more. Okay, so that is one thing that is more like I want to tell you. And next is, from where did this mainly came? Salesman going door to door. Yeah, this is one of the things. I was checking, I thought it just recording stopped. So this is one of the things, like this mentality of selling something to in order to earn money comes from the past. Like when there were salesmen that goes from door to door in order to sell some product, that sell some shitty product that doesn't have any value, and they just scam their customers. But the case has changed now. Now you have to provide them real value in order to earn their trust and to upsell them. Like if you sold them $1,000 course, okay, and from that course they got value of $10,000, then they will be more willing to buy your next course, which will be $5,000. Okay, so like this is the game. You have to launch multiple courses, and each course should be way higher price than the other one. Like first 1,000, 5,000, 15,000. You know Grant Cardone, how he's playing this game? He has mini courses, okay, mini courses, and then bigger and bigger courses. He has $10 course also. He has $10,000 course also. He has $20,000 course also. Okay, and what is the need of smaller courses? Because from smaller courses, audience get nurtured more. They are paying $10 and getting worth of $100. Then they are paying $100, getting worth of $1,000. Okay, so always their psychology towards Grant Cardone gets changed when they buy their course. Okay, I will buy his course, and I will be getting more what I am paying. So that is why he is more worth. Like his worth is more in the market, because he delivers to the customers more than the customer pays to him. Okay, and let me tell you one more thing. You will be thinking like, how will I do this? How will I give so much of value, so much of this and that? I don't have that much value. So let me tell you one thing. Value is nothing. It's like you have some values of information and you change the outer cover of it. It's the way how you present. Okay, value is nothing but the way how you present your product to the audience. That is the main thing. Okay, remember this thing. Value is nothing. Let me tell you again. Value is nothing but it is the way how you present your product to the audience. Like how you wrap this, how you wrap your product. Okay, how you present. And present in the way I mean, like that I've told you, like 500 seats, there are 500 spots and 450 has already been booked. 50 are left. Oh, now 40 are left. 10 are also booked. Okay, now only 5 spots are left. Okay, like you are creating this urgency and telling subconsciously to your audience that this course is so valuable that people are buying it rapidly. Okay, and the seats are depleting more and more. That is the way. And you should not be like telling lie to them. You should not be lying to them. you should be keeping 500 spots only. Okay, if your audience size is 10,000 and you are launching a high ticket product, you should be keeping around 50 to I think 40 spots if you have 10,000 of your audience size, so that the people that have not bought the course or that are not able to buy the course, they will be more to the end of the table to buy your course. Okay, they will be at the edge to buy your course. So that is the thing. And the next time you will start your launch again, increase the seat setting. Like first you were taking 50 people, now take 60 people, and the people that were waiting and those people who got to know afterwards, they all will be rushed to buy your content, to buy your course. Okay, and then 60 seats will be filled instantly, and then other people will be left who were new to you, who just started getting nurtured. Okay, then they will see, oh, all the seats are booked, how will I get this? And then they message you, oh, I have not got the seat, please do something, I want it. Then you say to them, okay, keep an eye so that next time I launch the next course, you can buy that. Okay, so always leave people, this is something like unethical, but always leave people with some unfinished demands. Okay, so that they will create buzz in the market and let others also know that you are selling something that is booking so fast that more and more people are not getting what you offer. Sorry, my English is little. Okay, so like this is the whole thing. You should always leave people unsatisfied, some people unsatisfied, so that they create buzz in the market and drag other people also, so that they also get FOMO and wait for your next course, and this cycle continues. And but remember one thing, don't put this much seats that will be like, if you have 10,000 of audience, don't put 1,000 high ticket seats. Okay, because if your seats are unfulfilled, so it will deplete again and again, because people will think, oh, his seats are always open, and there is no urgency and that scarcity and urgency. Okay, so remember this thing. Next is, okay, so mindset shift, that you should not feel salesy. You should not feel like I am taking advantage. You should think I am giving information in order to help them, in order to better their lives. Okay, and from where did this mainly came? That sales, therefore mindset. Okay, new belief. Now, yes, one more thing. You should be selling something that you are good at. Okay, like if you know 3 skills, first is video editing, second is growing YouTube channel, third is dropshipping. Okay, and you are actually making good money from dropshipping. So what you should teach others is to how to make money through dropshipping, because you have trust on yourself that you are able to teach other people. Okay, so that is important if you want to feel confident when selling, and if you want to increase your conversions. So that is important, because if you will not trust yourself that you are not able to help others, and you will give or you will sell courses that will feel salesy to them, and they will lose trust on you. Okay, so that is one important thing. I will be taking 2 cases. Like, let's take 2 cases. One, if you are a manifestation coach. Second, if you are a dropshipper. Okay, so as a dropshipping, what you will teach others how to dropship to earn money. As a manifestation coach, you will use your skills to teach them some of the manifestation practices according to their need, according to their situation, so that they can become well or like become better in their lives. Okay, so that is one thing. So let's assume that you are a manifestation coach. So how do you, first of all, you have to identify the type of audience that you have the most and what are the problems they are having. So this is overall called market research. So how you will do market research? Simple thing that you will do is go to your YouTube channel, see the most popular video of your YouTube channel, and click on that video and go to comment section. Why? Because your most popular video brings majority part of your subscribers. Okay, if you have one video that have reached to 10,000, one video that has reached to 15,000, and one video that has reached to 5 lakh people. Okay, So majority of your audience came from that 5 lakh one video. Okay, so that is important. You should go there so you will get an idea. Okay, what type of audience, what type of majority audience do I have? Then read comments of that particular video. Read, see what are the problems they are facing, what are the questions they are asking, what are they talking about. Okay, and then go to your other videos and start noticing or writing their pain points. Okay, like what they are facing, what they are talking about. Okay, they have problem with this, and you will get to know, okay, these are some type of people and they all have somewhat similar problem. Okay, so as a manifestation coach, what you can do, for example, you have figured out that most of your audience have problem with money, like they are not able to make money, or they are not able to get money from someone they have lended to. So what you can do is launch a money masterclass. Okay, call it a masterclass, call it a roadmap, call it something that doesn't looks like a course, but more looks like a conglomerate of small courses, like the final, like your grand product. Like this is it. You need this and everything will be solved. And you should be providing that much value also in it. Okay. That that is important. You should be providing value, because like when you will provide, you will do everything to give them at most value. You will be confident in yourself. Okay, now this course will help them more than any other course. So you should be providing enough value to it. Then what you can do now to market that course, what you need is targeting their pain points. Okay, so now what you have to do, you will be writing some post or something so that you are able to connect to that audience, target their pain points and tell them that this course is for them. Okay, this course is for them. You have making a problem in making money. Someone took your money and haven't gave you back. This is it. This course is for you. Use this course. Okay, and then tell them if you are having some problem, do this. Join the wait list. Okay, and 50. I will be taking only 60 highly qualified, highly motivated individuals who really want to solve their problem. And 40 seats are already booked. 40 seats in the waitlist are already booked and 20 are left. So join waitlist fast if you want to solve this problem. Okay, and make them join the waitlist, and then as you can sell them and do everything. Okay, so that is the thing. And to like what you can do is, like if you sell, so you don't know if this course works or not. Okay, everything you have to test out. You don't know what will work, what will not. So you have to test everything out. So what you can do to test out that if this course is really for them, you have to test this out. So what you can do is hire or take 5 individuals first. Okay, take 5 individuals, and what you thought you will teach or what you have content in your product, you should give them for free or something like that. Ki I am giving you this, and in return I want to in return you have to give me 2 or 3 qualified people or people who willing to solve this type of problem or something like that. You can ask for everything in return, or you can give them for free. Okay, like say them, I am giving this you for free, and you have to give your honest opinion on this. Okay, hire 5 people, give that course to them and see the results. You have to test it out, see if they really liked it or not. What are the opinions they're having about that course? Is that course really solving their problems? Okay, the course has solved their 80% of the problems, but 20% are left. Okay, so ask those 20% of the problems and solve those problems and shift it and stuff those solutions into the course. Okay, so you can that also. So you are making your course better and better. Now if you want to test it again, hire 2 or 3 or 5 more people. Now give that course to them, see what is their results. Okay, they are fine, 99% of the problems are solved. Okay, this course is perfect. Now it can be sold to others, and it will give you good revenue. Like you can be selling this course for $1,000, $2,000. Just assume if you are selling your course of $2,000 on a YouTube, on a 3 or 5 hours course, like you will make a course which will be a VSL, like video sales letter. Okay, and for example, you will be teaching others how to make money through manifestation. Okay, so now what you will do is selling a you will be posting a YouTube video of a long video, like 1 hour or 2 hour video, in which you will be teaching like how you can manifest money. Right? Important thing, you have to show those people, like those 5 and 10 people that you have tested on your course. You have to show their results. Like, see, they are happy. They have used this course and now they have generated $10,000 in 7 days or $1,000. They got back their money. Okay, at last you will be showing these things, and at the end of the video, give them a CTA that this course is available now and will be closing, and the wait list of this course is available now and it will be closing in next 7 days or next 2 days or next 24 hours, and only 5 spots are left. All 55 spots out of 60 are filled and only 5 spots are left. So if you are really willing to get your money back, or if you are willing to make more money, invest money in yourself first, or what you can say is join the waitlist. Simple. Okay, make them join the waitlist. Take email from them, nurture those people through emails, through messages, through calls. Okay, through calls, because there are very less people. You can nurture them through calls. You can talk to them. Okay, and then eventually do a meet and close them. For example, you have 200 interested people, in which 100 agreed to buy your course and 30 people bought your course, and your course is of $2,000. So 2,000 into 30 will be $60,000. And you know the good part about it is you can sell that course again and again. You can sell it again and again. Yeah, you can launch that course every month or multiple times in a month. It's up to you. You can do this every often, every then and now and then, whatever you call that. Did you get me? Like, you can sell it again and again and refine your product. Like, you are getting something like it is not able to solve this problem. Okay, make solution and include in that course. Make it a master hit, or like a complete roadmap, or something that is the only solution they need in order to solve their problem. Okay, don't try to target wider audience. Try to be specific. 2,000 unnurtured cold audience is better. It's worse than 100 people who really want your thing. Okay, if you have 100 people, 100 nurtured warm audience who want what you're selling, and 20-30 of them actually buys, you will be making very much money as compared to 2,000 unnurtured cold audience. Okay, so what I want is, ultimately, don't go behind views, don't go behind subscribers. You know what people on Instagram are doing? The very great marketers, what are they doing? Once they have reached some mark, like I have recently seen one creator, I will not say the name, but he has reached the 100K mark and now he has made his account private. Okay, if you want to consume his content, you have to ask to follow them. Okay, then only you will be able. What he's doing, he's not focusing on followers. Like, he have reached 100K mark and now he will be nurturing those 100K people that he have inside the Instagram page, which he has now made private. Okay, so that is the main thing. As of now, you should be focusing on small people. You should be targeting micro niche and don't go broad niche. People say social media is saturated. This is the reason, because they don't know how to sell, they don't know how to scale, they don't know how to monetize their audience, which is important. You should know this thing. Okay, this is enough. Like, my throat is paining now. I will give you any other thing and in the next video. And if you got anything valuable or you have any doubt, comment below this video. And if the doubt is very big and if I think that I have to make a whole video, ask anything you want about mindset, how to make money, like anything. If you want, just comment below this video. And I will do 2 things. Either I will comment on that video that I will make next video on that, or either I will comment the solution on under that video. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And thank you. Bye.